right, hockey lovers, this segment is for you. The 3HL Tour is the world's first 3-on-3 professional hockey league, showcasing Canada's elite hockey talent through a series of 3-on-3 pro hockey tournaments. So get ready for an action-packed, high-scoring, fast-paced hockey event like no other. And you have a great excuse to purchase tickets because a portion of the proceeds is going to support the March of Dimes. We've got Justin Fox, CEO and founder of 3HL, and Dennis Allman, Special Events Community Relations at the March of Dimes. They're both here in studio to fill us in on this great initiative. Thank you so much for being here, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
You. Well, maybe start us off by telling us a little bit, Dennis, about what March of Dimes is and your affiliation to it.
Sure. March of Dimes Canada has for 65 years worked with adults and children with physical disabilities. We've broadened over the years to help people with multiple disabilities. And we offer a number of programs to those persons, including employment services, independent care, support, recreation and integration services, conductive education, so a whole variety of programs to support, and the ultimate goal is to enable them to live their lives very independently. That's the whole goal of what we do,
Wonderful.
Part of our mission.
And what do you do there?
My role is to look after the special events that we run, part of our national expansion. We were on Ontario March of Dimes for about 62 years, and more recently became March of Dimes Canada to try and continue to grow the other March of Dimeses, we'll say, in other parts of Canada. So we run a number of events like Rock for Dimes. We have our Spiking for Dimes and Dodging for Dimes events that we now launch in Edmonton, Saskatoon, Calgary, Vancouver, all the way to the other coast in Halifax too.
Wonderful. And now you've got this affiliation.
Yes.
So let's first talk about what this tour is all about and what you do for the tour.
Yeah, my name's Justin. I'm the, founder and CEO of the 3HL Tour. Essentially, as you said at the beginning, it's the world's first 3-on-3 professional hockey league. So we're bringing in a group of talented hockey players, and we look to sort of excite the fans, provide an opportunity for the players, and then obviously partner with charities to help give back to the community.
Why did you choose March of Dimes as one of the charities to support?
Actually, I run another business called the Mobility Shop. It's a home healthcare equipment business.
Okay.
And so we do a lot of work with March of Dimes. So there was a natural fit. We already had a bit of a relationship with them. So that was sort of enabled us to jumpstart some of the programs.
That's great. So a portion of ticket sales is going to go towards March of Dimes. What is that? What are those funds going to be used for?
Those funds will be used specifically to help children and adults who want to take part in our conductive education program. That's a very innovative and unique way of doing rehabilitation for persons. And the funds will also be used to support our assistive devices program, which provides wheelchairs, bath aids, different things to help people to be able to remain in their homes, to live independently, and most importantly, to be safe in their homes too.
That's great. Yeah. That must feel great to do something so cool and also make a difference.
Yeah.
Did you come up with this idea yourself?
I did. It was primarily myself and a couple friends, about a year and a half ago after, watching some of the 3-on-3 overtime action. Yeah. We thought, there was a place for not only pro hockey, but also the 3-on-3 hockey in Canada. So we came up with the tour, the tour component came afterwards, but definitely the 3-on-3 fast-paced, intense action is what we were looking for. So the excitement for the fans.
Because it is very exciting, and you get to see each player really, like, there's only 6 players on the ice, right?
Exactly. It provides a lot of open ice, a lot of chance for, more opportunities, more goals, more chances. So definitely very exciting. And the format with the tour having sort of a mini tournament, 20-minute games, so at game day, the fans come in, they see, 7 20-minute games over about a 3.5-hour period.
Nice.
And there's a cash purse involved, which obviously, incentivizes the players to get out and play hard. And if they don't win, they don't make as much money.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty exciting opportunity for them as well.
Yeah.
So, and the fans, and obviously March of Dimes as well. So we're very excited. We're very excited to get it launched, and, go get your tickets. Tickets are on sale now on our website. So yeah.
Good. So let's talk a little bit more about programs and services that you offer. You have so many. The biggest programs that you have, the biggest reach that you have, what would that be?
Sure. Across the country, we help about 60,000 people each year one of the biggest programs we have would be our independent living support services, where we would actually go into people's homes and provide care for them so they can live independently. And that care is provided 24/7 for them so they can live their lives and do the things they want to do. So, for example, if one of us became disabled and we were able to still maybe maintain our employment, we would go in the morning and help the person get ready to go to work, help them cook their breakfast and get ready to go out the door. And then they come back at the end of the day, they can come home and we can help them once again either cook their meals or get them ready to cook their own meals and do those kinds of things. And in the evening, if they want to go out and go to the 3HL game, they can get themselves ready to go out too. So we don't keep tabs on the hours that they keep. We just want them to be able to live independently and to do the things they'd like to do. Another program that we run that's really quite a large program in Ontario is our Assistive Devices program that I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
That does help people over the age of 18 who are in need of a type of equipment. And a lot of our supporters also are people who unfortunately had suffered a stroke. So we have a Stroke Recovery Canada program now that looks after those persons to provide support, peer support, and program support after they've had a stroke to help them get themselves reintegrated into society once again.
Wonderful, and 65 years. That's an incredible achievement. Yeah, how have you seen the organization change in that time?
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. 65 years ago, March of Dimes, our name, doesn't really tell you what we do. However, it started with the Marching Mothers 65 years ago who went out in January on a day like today with lots of snow and it's cold and collected dimes to help find a cure to eradicate polio. And after that, the program was changed, of course, because the vaccine was discovered and funded and distributed. And so we're able to, once again, expand our programs to different areas. So back in the day, probably a very, very small charity, now to being a charity with quite a large budget that helps that many people across the country. So.
Wonderful. That's great. Well, I want to hear more about this hockey tournament.
Yes.
So first of all, in terms of schedule, when do you start? When does it end? How does that all work?
So the season actually starts, well, there's a preseason tournament December 18th at Angus Glen in Markham, but the season kicks off January 1st at the Mattamy Athletic Centre, which is the old Maple Leaf Gardens. And then we sort of move into London January 8th at Bud Gardens. January 21st, we're at the newly named Tribute Community Centre in Oshawa. We're at the Odd in Kitchener, the Sleeman Centre in Guelph. We're at the Markham Centennial Arena in Markham. And then the finals, and there's a couple other that I missed there, but the finals are then back in Oshawa at the Tribute Community Centre, which formerly known as the GM Centre. So it's about an eight event season this year, whereas next year we would then broaden that into a full season, and provide a little more opportunity to maybe expand it across the province and maybe into other areas as well. So
that's great.
Yeah, and the talent level is great for year one. We've had some really good response from the players. They're excited to get out and play and compete, and so it's providing that opportunity for them as well. So it's pretty cool.
How do you choose the talent?
It was a bit of a I guess a multi-pronged approach. We hosted some open tryouts. We did have a draft that we kind of identified potential players, and then we also offered the opportunity to team captains to essentially go out and recruit their own players or their buddies or their friends that they'd grown up or played with at sort of an elite level. So it was kind of a different approach. So to try and get as many skilled players as we could.
Yeah.
So
that's wonderful.
Yeah. So we've got a great group of talented hockey players.
Good.
With resumes from the NHL all the way down through to junior. So
it's a great opportunity for a very reasonable price to see some great hockey and some really exciting hockey.
Yes.
And we were talking about prices of the tickets. They're so reasonable.
Right.
It is not like going to an NHL hockey game and spending $200. It's like $25 for a ticket.
Yeah, they range about $20 to $30, and there's also family or group packs and different things available. So definitely very affordable, very reasonable for a family to get out and watch some exciting hockey.
Yeah, making a difference in your community as well.
That's right.
Part of March of Dimes, a big part is advocacy.
That's right.
Raising awareness and all that. How do you find that you're reaching the community?
We are, through our government relations program, we do a lot of networking and relationship building. Having expanded nationally, that gets to be a little more of a challenge. But Ontario, we're out there working with different community and volunteer committees in all of the different cities that we work in. We have what we call March of Dimes committees in different communities as we work with United Way also. And through those committees, we're able to keep our ears to the ground to hear what the needs are in those communities and to be able to go out and support persons with disabilities and different aspects of the community where maybe there's some improvements that are needed. So perhaps borrowing some experience from one city or town, moving it to another area and saying, this particular area, this worked well, so how we can maybe try and do this in your city too to help persons with disabilities get around a little more easily.
Right, wonderful. Do you plan on having a season pass for people to purchase if they want to see all the events?
We did actually look at that. We don't currently have that available, but definitely for next year. I think if somebody wanted to actually travel around and follow the tour, that'd be pretty.
Yeah, it would be.
I think exciting for the fans. So it's definitely something we could look at.
Yeah. So you were talking about the future. We've only got about 30 seconds left. What would you like to see in the next few years?
Well, I mean, I see this as I mentioned, it's an opportunity for players. So as we expand, the excitement for the fans is there, but it really becomes an opportunity for players, elite Canadian hockey talent, to come out and play professional hockey in Canada. So they don't have to go, to other, whether it's Southern U.S. or overseas. So it becomes that opportunity, and then obviously to continue to help fund charities like March of Dimes and other initiatives that we're starting to look at as well.
Wonderful.
So it's pretty exciting. So
thank you so much for being here, gentlemen. Good luck with the initiative. It's going to be exciting.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Yes, appreciate
so to
it.
purchase your tickets to the 3HL Tour, visit 3hltour.com, and you can find out more about March of Dimes at marchofdimes.ca. Thank you so much to all of our guests today for making such a difference in our community, and thank you at home for tuning in and supporting local television. Stay in touch with us on social media at Rogers TV Toronto, and connect with me at Shay Galore. Stay warm and safe, and we're going to see you next time on Daytime.